Barton, level 7, lesson number 8. Okay, so we're working on the 3 sounds of EAR. Um, this is not my favorite lesson to teach. We bounce back and forth between reading and spelling a lot. We have different reading rules than we do have for spelling rules, and so that's where the issue comes into play. All right, let's get going though. So we dive into the word here, and I remind them that the silent E is always stronger. So this word says here, but now I'm going to show you another way to spell it, which is E-A-R, okay? This is the most common sound that E-A-R makes, okay? It's going to be ear, and we see it in a ton of words, right? So we see it in a word like beard, or year, or spear. We see it in multi-syllable words like up here. We can add suffixes to it like the word appearance or clearance. But now we get into the different ways to spell it. So your student, most of the time what we use is our Franklin spell checkers right here. It's kind of the old school way of doing it. If you haven't heard me talk about it before, this is sort of like showing your work in math class. We use this. Now, again, do I think in the real world that students are going to be like, hold on, let me go get my Franklin spell checker? No, they're going to ask Alexa or Google or Siri, okay? Which is totally fine with me as well. Okay, so what I want them to understand is that they have multiple ways to spell this ear sound, and we have many layers of homonyms that are going to start to occur. So S-H-E-A-R, if they were going to punch this into their spell checker, would come up and say, why, yes, that is a word. You spelled it correctly. But then I would look on the corner and I would see there's a flashing question mark, which tells me that there's more than one way to spell this word. So I have shear, S-H-E-A-R, and it's going to give me a very fast definition. Can you see that? Which says to cut. Okay, shear meaning to cut. And then I can scroll down and I can see that there's another way to spell shear, which is S-H-E-E-R. And that means thin. Then I asked them, what would this word say right here? And they said, oh, well, that would say shear too. Even though that's not a word, you can see that we have 3 ways to spell shear right now. E-A-R, E-R-E, and E-E-R. Okay? So my point is, if they're unsure about the spelling, they are at the point where they have many different homonyms, and they should be looking them up to make sure that they are using the proper spelling. Okay, they should be held accountable for using the correct word, the correct vocabulary word in their sentences now, because now they've learned all the variations. Okay, so let's talk about the other things that EAR can say. Now this is going to be reading rules. Okay, so when you're reading a word, these are all the things that EAR can say. We know it can say ear as in here, but now we're going to learn that it also can say as in EARl. I'm going to put my own little rule here. So we've got here and we've got EARl, and I'm going to do EARLs because I'm going to add more to it. And you see it in a word like EARl, but then it goes back and forth. Now we've got ear as in here. And this would be the order that we would try them in too, okay? So like here is always going to be the first thing that you try. If that doesn't work, then you can go to the sound, okay? So now we've got earn. We would try earn, not a word, earn. Smear, that's the ear sound. Pearl, that would be your second choice. Now we go to our third thing that we found, which is bear. Okay, so here, EARL's bear. That's going to give you the 3 main sounds that EAR makes when you're, again, reading it, okay? So we can see that in a word like swear, but then we go back to gear, and then we go back to search. So you can see we're just going to bounce back and forth. Now, again, we're going to look at different homonyms. We're going to talk about ways to spell things again. Pair. What do I hear right there? Well, I hear the air sound, okay? Whoop. Let's make this so it's... I hear the air sound right there. Again, more than one way to spell it. And EAR is not the most common way to spell it. The most common way to spell the air sound is this one right here. Okay, so if I'm unsure about a spelling that has air in it, I'm probably going to look it up with an AIR. Again, if I'm doing it the old school way. If not, you're going to look it up using Siri, Google, Alexa, and you're going to have to ask for the definition too, and ask if there are homonyms, okay? So pair. And then we've got the last sound, which is heart. And so what is it saying there? It's saying R. So ear, air, and R. But it only says R as in heart when you are talking about words that are related to the word heart, like heart, hearty, heartless, hearth, you know, the heart of the home, those kinds of things. Okay, so where am I going to categorize this? There is a page in your student's book, page 93, where I can see that this would be a good spot to put this. What it sounds like, how can you spell it? Okay. Now again, you know, you might want to add like EAR as a spelling on the ER side. Like you've already categorized ER before as a sound, you could add it there too. So this is probably where I would house this on the vowel R page. Again, pretty convoluted. You're bouncing back and forth between both reading and spelling and homonyms. All right, let's switch screens. Draw a line between words that rhyme. So let's see, what do we have here? We've got fearful and earful, dearly and yearly. Pearly rhymes with early. Yearning rhymes with learning. Unclear. Let's go to up here, since those are both multi-syllable. Sheer and spear and unbearable, unwearable. Draw a line between these homonyms, words that are pronounced the same way but mean something different. Only the ones with the air sound. So what do we have? We've got hare as in the one on your head, hare as in the rabbit. Flare, meaning the flame. I always tell kids that this is related to the word flame. And flame is spelled F-L-A-M-E. And so you can see flare and flame. They have that same spelling pattern, kind of like their cousin words. They're similar. They're not exact. And then the other flare means like a knack. Like he had a flair for gymnastics or something like that. Okay. Pears and pears means two, means the fruit. There and there. Okay, I'm going to show you a nice one for this one. I always do it like this. There, T-H-E-R, and I draw this nice and big. And I kind of put a little X here. There, meaning over there. Okay? There, the other one. Now they all start THE, by the way. So that's one thing that your student should know is they all start THE. And I make this one into like a little smiley face. My pen is probably too big here. We'll try this one. Doop. No. But I make this into a smiley face. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. Meaning that it shows possession. Their house, their car, their shoes, they own it. Okay? And then the last one we have is there. Meaning that contraction. So instead of putting a little apostrophe up there, I put a little a, meaning they are. The only time you can use that one is when you mean they are. They are going to school. They're going to school. Now, we use actually these interchangeably a lot, okay? They're going to their house over there. There, and there. But that's a pretty quick way to illustrate the three theirs. Okay. Stairs meaning steps, and stairs meaning staring straight ahead. Fare meaning price, and fair meaning like the state fair. And wears meaning something you put on, and wares meaning like goods. So I always give the example of silverware or Tupperware, that kind of stuff. Okay, so that's that. Good homonyms. And then again, we're up to one in the book where your student may not have gotten to the sight words yet. Like I taught this lesson today, my student did not get to the sight words. So I will make a note of that when I send a note home. Okay. So, but read, what do we have? Only one sight word will turn into a real sentence. So I owe Warren $17. Mrs. Earl told the class. Nuclear energy is stored inside a tiny atom. The lemonade stand, Pearl was able to triple her earnings. The purpose of that rule is to help you spell words like hare, and bear. Although she seems like an ordinary person, I know she has superpowers. I hope they sell local honey at the farmer's market. And my leg muscle got a cramp during a hike at our park. That's it. And then fluency drills. You know, these are just going to be words that they're either going to struggle with or not struggle with. If they are struggling, I would just write on the top something like our little rule, like here and Earl's bear. Here, Earl's bear. And you could do heart or something. Here, Earl's bear's heart. Okay. Something like that. That'll help get them all of the different things. Most of the airs in here, if I remember right, there's just very few words. You've got a lot of wears. Sportswear, wear, swear, another air, wear. Okay, so anyhow, and then these are going to be a little bit longer. I encourage your student to look for compound words, earmuff, tearjerker, and look for words that have the base word and the suffix, like fearful and rearward. Okay, that's it. So make sure you are decoding and not guessing. Guessing is not reading. All right, we'll see you next time.